Hello, my name is Jason Perkins. I'm an attorney who specializes in Georgia workers' compensation cases. I'd like to welcome you to another episode in my Georgia workers' compensation video series. I created this series of videos because I wanted to provide people who've been hurt at work with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation law and the benefits available to them under that law. Today I'm going to focus on one of the primary benefits, which is your medical benefits. That's the right to get medical treatment and testing for your injury. And specifically, I want to discuss the question about whether you can change your workers' compensation doctor. Now, the answer is yes, you can change your workers' compensation doctor. It's important to have a good workers' compensation treating doctor because you need good medical treatment to recover from your injury. If you don't get good treatment, you're not going to get better. So you want to make sure you have a good doctor. Your rights to change your doctor depends on several different things. The first is whether your employer has a valid panel of physicians. A panel of physicians is a list of workers' compensation doctors that your employer is supposed to post in prominent places at your job site. And basically it's a list of at least 6 doctors, and they're supposed to post it and explain it to you. There's certain requirements about how many doctors have to be on the list and also what types of doctors have to be on the list. If they followed all of those requirements, you may have to choose a doctor off that list if you're going to change. But if they didn't, you may have a right to change to any doctor you want to. The second question determining whether you have what doctor you can change to is whether you've changed doctors before. If you have changed doctors before, for example, to a different doctor on the panel of physicians, your rights may be more limited than if you've never changed doctors in your workers' compensation case. Third question is whether the insurance company will agree to your change of doctors. If your employer or the workers' compensation insurance company will agree, then you can just file a certain form with the State Board of Workers' Compensation indicating that your doctor is being changed by agreement. And so that can definitely be done if they're in agreement. Now, if they won't agree and you don't necessarily have a right to change doctors on the panel, then you may have to investigate whether you're going to be able to convince a workers' compensation judge, either through a motion or at a hearing, that your workers' compensation doctor needs to change. There's always the right, if you can convince a judge that it is in your best interest because a certain doctor is going to provide better medical treatment, be better able to return you to work, then you may be able to convince a judge that you need a doctor change, and the judge, workers' compensation judge, can actually order that change. So those are just several of the factors that come into consideration when you're looking at whether you can change your workers' compensation doctor and what your rights are. Hope you found this information about that helpful. If you have, please let me know that. Best way you can do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you may have more questions about your right to change doctors or other issues with medical treatment or anything in your workers' compensation case, there's a few good ways to get your questions answered. One is by visiting our Perkins Studdard Workers' Compensation channel on YouTube, where you can view all the other videos from the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I'd also encourage you to visit our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. There's a number of articles on our perkinslawtalk.com blog that discuss workers' compensation and all different issues, so you may find information helpful there. But one of the best ways is to reach out to us directly. You can do that through our website by completing our free consultation request form or by calling us at the phone number on the bottom of the screen. We'll be happy to set up a free consultation for you with me or one of the other workers' compensation attorneys at our firm. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video today, and I want to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.